or part 5, sorry, of chapter 7 of Call of Cthulhu. Thanks for tuning back in, and let's see where we left off from last time. So, last part we entered the bookstore, and now we're gonna read where we left off. So the shambler turned out to be much more than an artwork painted by Sarah Hawkins. This huge creature came out of the painting, attacked Pierced. After a hard fight, the detective managed to send it back into the painting. He then later discovered the dagger used to repel the creature had been sold to the Sanders by a man named Algernon Drake, owner of the nameless bookstore. Pierce decided to pay the library a visit. So basically, the last part, we by accidentally summoned the Shambler out of the painting of Sarah Hawkins' painting in one of the buyers of her painting's houses. Um, and basically took us a couple tries, but we finally figured out what dagger was used to so-called not really kill him, but banish him back. So basically, we took the dagger out. It's a special dagger that was bought from this bookstore here, or given, sorry. And we ripped the painting apart, and it dragged the beast back into a different dimension. So we're gonna find out more about this dagger and how he knew that this one would have worked for banishing the demon. So let's see where we're at. Apologize for my voice right now. I feel like I'm coming down with something, so might be cracking in and out, but bear with me. No, we see blood on the window there, so that's already a good start, right? So this is where we picked up from the last part.
Where's the bookseller?
Let's just look around a bit.
Another volume of the Reverend's wife's diary.
Pastor declared himself to the prophet. He pronounced himself to God and worshipped a strange pagan entity with a monstrous appearance. His wife tried to reason with her husband, but in vain. He was convinced that he must listen to the voice in his head because it told the truth. I'll turn the sensitivity up here, sorry about this. For some reason it feels way too slow. Yeah, look at that. Let's go to that. That works. Oh, that's much better. History of the Darkwater. Darkwater being the city we're in. Puritan colony led by Reverend John Wickwood settled on the island during the 17th century. They named the island Darkwater because of the dark shades of the sea. They then believed it because of the particular color of the rock surrounding the island. They erected the first buildings, among which was the Hawking Manor, the church, and the cemetery. Its rare documents and handwritten notes they left spoke of nightmares, deviant behaviors. They disappeared at the beginning of the 18th century. Cool. This place holds a lot of secrets. I love video games like this where you can't find out what the secrets are until you like... You know what I mean? Like, they're not right in front of you. You gotta actually play through it. Handbook of Anatomy and Dissection. Precise illustrations. This book focuses on healing surgeries. Okay, cool. I don't really need more of that. Basically, when you find those kind of books, I don't know if I told you yet. I've told you through the series, but if you're new here, when you find these kind of medicine books, they end up helping you being able to upgrade your different skill sets. So these ones I can... Strength, elegance, investigation, spots, and psychology. I can upgrade them with 2 CP points, which are character points. At the right bottom hand corner you can see 2 CP. So basically I can go like this, press X, and then I can click the option button to put it in place. So now it's validated. And occultism and medicine. Medicine you can upgrade by finding the books, like I said, about different kind of medicines. And then occultism you can find by finding like items like jewelry and stuff like that. Alright, so why does a bookstore have this kind of stuff in it though? That's kind of creepy. Chess. It's a nice gold chalice. 47 months pursue, skill return support, gigantic creature on board, it's basically just talking about the Scylla, the boat that we came in on the first part of the video game. What it's seen when it first got here, which was a massive monster. Alright. Man, times are tough without, you know, electricity, eh? Goddamn. It's so dark.
What happened here? Let's start over. Where did they break in? Blood? Seems like amateur work. Someone tall left his footprint. A man, probably. No sign of struggle. If the burglar smashed this jar, it wasn't intentionally. Was he hurt then? What sort of thief leaves his tool? What killed all these animals? What happened that made the burglar flee before finishing his work? What the... Charles Hawkins? Looks like the symbol rejected Hawkins. Where did I see... What sort of power did Sarah Hawkins' painting possess? Sarah Hawkins helped hide something in this safe.
What is that?
Drake put in a great deal of effort to hide whatever is in here. Everything is linked to the Sarah Hawkins case. Drake left instructions on how to find the combination of his safe.
A page seems to be hidden here. It's possible to read. If somebody finds these memoirs, there will be no doubt that I am in serious trouble. My last and only hope is that my body and bones are still in this place in reality. In order that they be recovered and burned, the funeral urn must be given to dear mother, if she's still of this world. The following message is the capital of importance. Whoever reads these lines and demonstrates a quiddity as sharp as time as mine, can hope to gain access to my most precious possessions. It lies within my safe, and the clues to the combination are to be found in 3 cylinders, each hidden where life and study combine in the Greek world. Each cylinder is numbered, even if, as the celebrated author says, order is the pleasure of reason, but disorder is the delight of the imagination. Indeed, despite my preferences as organized in chaos, I must admit that the reason usually prevails in the end. If by chance a person, or should I say genius, was to match my intellect and find the combination of the safe, I would ask that it delivers the content of the safekeeping of my friend and colleague, Professor Armatraz of Miskatonic University. The contents of this safe is not only a vast digestive knowledge, but it's also a weapon that is far too dangerous for its fall into the wrong hands. I hope that you will, I hope that you'll be able to appreciate the danger that represents, that you act accordingly in the event it would neither to guide to suffer from you actions. Okay, so our hint is, where is it? It lies within my safe, and the clues of the combination are to be found in 3 cylinders, each hidden where the life and study combine in the Greek world.
Is everyone on this island taking sleep? What link did he find between Charles Hawkins and an old amulet?
I need to worry about that right now. I do need to worry about cylinders, so hammer anatomy. So if I go up to it, oh, change lock, validate. How do you, oh, rotate. This. Okay. So 3 cylinders of Greek alchemy.
Arkham editions. How many volumes are there in this collection?
No,
Another volume by Arkham Editions. Arkham Editions?
Holy.
Never. How many volumes are there in this collection? Another volume by Arkham Editions.
Does it say a number on them? This room hasn't been used yet, so I think I'm gonna use this room. Yeah,
A kind of chalice.
Okay, so...
Things are not looking good.
Greek pillars, Greek pillars.
Freud's The Interpretation of Dreams. It's the work that laid the foundations of psychoanalysis at the beginning of this century.
Ooh, hello.
Cylinders that Drake tried to hide. I should perhaps listen to them.
I thought there was 3, though. There was only 2, wasn't it? Would you read the book? Yes. Always read. Always read, boys. Always read.
This book contains unholy knowledge.
It's another bestiary. This collection catalogs, classifies the creatures that I've never heard of, divinities from the stars, creatures capable of traveling from one dimension to another. Presents itself as the reference work of the bestiary of the myth. Without giving details of the mythology to which it refers, its pages are covered with phantasmagorical illustrations, whatever that means. Okay, got it. So that was only... I've seen the...
The Book of Zion is the foundational work behind Helena Blavatsky's Theosophical movement.
Damn.
Its followers place truth on the same footing as a religion.
Cool. Cool.
Arkham Editions. Never heard of them.
Okay, so the gramophone, or whatever you call it, was located right here. Oh, there was 3, okay. There we go.
And these red drops, like precious stones, lie fixed, set in divine gold. To be the guardian of the Grail does not protect me from its attractions, Henry. And I do confess it. I am willing to pay to know its secrets.
Wait, what? It's in there?
And these red drops, like precious stones, lie fixed, set in divine gold. To be the guardian of the Grail does not protect me from its attractions, Henry. And I do confess it. I am willing to pay to know its secrets.
Okay, that's interesting.
I finally understood that we were only pieces on the chessboard of the gods. Let those of us who are still standing protect our White Queen from their dark soldiers. I see our number dwindling, and my will strengthens as my apprehension grows. We shall refuse to be the playthings of destiny.
I don't get how...
Dear friend, I thank you again for the anthology of the works of Arkham Editions that you sent me. Volume 9, Azathoth and Other Horrors, seemed particularly relevant to my reading.
Azathoth.
I never tire of browsing through them.
I got very questionable about that for a second because Azathoth, if you guys didn't know, is the big bad man of H.P. Lovecraft series, or mythos, sorry. Basically, he's like the ruler of all worlds, the eater of worlds, also known as the blind beast, I think, or blind creature, because he's blind, but basically he just devours world. Think Galactus, but not Marvel, right? So,
And these
Drake
red
cylinders.
rocks, like precious stones, lie fixed, set in divine gold. To be the guardian of the Grail does not protect me from its attractions, Henry. And I do confess it. I am willing to pay to... And these red drops, like precious stones, lie fixed, set in divine... And these
Okay,
red
drops lie
like
precious like stones,
lie
fixed and divine.
set in divine gold. To be the guardian of the Grail does not protect me from its attractions, Henry. And I do confess it. I am, and these red drops,
Oh.
stones lie fixed,
Okay.
set in divine
So,
gold.
red drops,
To be the
precious
guardian of the
stones,
Grail
and
does not
gold.
protect me from
Guardian of the Grail,
destruction,
what were you
and-
just talking about? Which is
And
this
I
right
do
here,
confess
right?
it. I am willing to pay.
The chalice of
So-
knowledge.
Red drops being the rubies, probably, right? I'm gonna guess. So how many are there? 1, 2, 3. How do I even count that? What the fuck? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's either 5 or 6. So gotta listen carefully to those because it took me like 4 or 5 tries to figure that out. So it's either like 5 or 6. So we'll try. I think it's 5. So 5 for the first one. So that was that one.
I
Drake
finally
Cylinder 2.
understood that we were only pieces on the chessboard of the gods. Let those of us who are still standing protect our White Queen from their dark soldiers. I see our number dwindling, and my will strengthens as my apprehension grows. We shall refuse to be the playthings of destiny. I finally understood that we were only pieces on the chessboard of the
Chessboard
gods.
being the chessboard.
Let those of us who are still standing protect
Our
White
White Queen
from
from
their
their dark
soldiers.
soldiers. So
I
how many
see our
pieces are
number
left,
dwindling.
maybe?
And my will strengthens as my apprehension grows.
The queen has little
We shall
protection.
refuse to be the playthings of
Shit, I don't know
destiny.
chess. What's the queen again? The queen is that one, I'm guessing,
The
right?
queen has little protection.
Which is 3. She only has 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, maybe. I don't know. Let's reread that or listen to
I
that.
finally understood that we were only pieces on the chessboard of the gods. Let those of us who are still standing protect our White Queen from their dark soldiers.
Okay, so
The queen
I
has
see
little
our number
protection.
dwindling,
you got the
and
3.
my will strengthens as my apprehension
Alright,
grows.
how do you shut that up?
We shall refuse to be the playthings of destiny.
Okay, so basically we
has
got
little
the queen on the right there alone. She's basically gang banged by those 4 or those 5 there, black pieces or whatever you call it. And then we got 3 of these guys, so it's 3 without including the queen, right? Because she doesn't have to protect herself. Maybe. So with that we have 5, 3. How do I change the lock? Here we go. 5, 3. I love games like this. Gotta figure out what's going on here. And then the last one, Drake Cylinder,
Dear
number
friend.
3.
I thank you again for the anthology of the works of Arkham editions that you sent me.
Ah! We read like 4 of
Volume
those.
9, Azathoth and Other Horrors, seemed particularly relevant to my research. I never tire of browsing through them. Dear friend, I thank you again for the anthology of the works of Arkham editions that you sent me. Volume 9, Azathoth and Other Horrors, seemed particularly relevant to my research. I never tire of browsing through them.
Alright, so I think I already know it, but we're gonna open it just in case. There's only one number that was referenced within that voice recording there. 9, so that's probably it, but we're gonna look at
What
all
did
of them.
Drake say about this collection? Drake talked about a particular... So these are the volumes that Drake was talking about in his message. What did Drake say about this? Drake talked about
Yeah.
a particular... So these are the volumes that Drake was talking about. What did
let's
Drake
look
say
for-
about this collection? Drake talked about a particular volume. So these are the volumes that Drake...
I
What
wanna
did
look at the
Drake
ones
say about this
Azathoth.
collection? Drake talked about a particular volume. So these are the volumes that Drake was talking about in his message. What did Drake say about this collection? Drake talked about a particular volume. So these are the volumes that Drake was talking about in his
Okay,
message.
so those are all different. I want to read those eventually. I think they're saved as soon as I open them. They saved into my game, so we'll read them eventually. But basically, he said volume 9, so we'll try 9. And then if that doesn't work, we'll go back to the books. But basically, we got 5 for the first one for the 5 rubies that are found on the golden chalice. We got 3 for the 3 chess pieces left to protect the queen. And then we got 9, which is going to be our third one here for Azathoth, the blind beast. So let's check. Volume 9. Here we go. Took a little bit, but we got it. Is that the Necronomicon? I think it is too. Basically just a big old spell book for other dimensional creatures of HP's mythos. There's that symbol again, that circle symbol. Ooh, the Eye of Sauron. Trippy, dude. Chapter 8, the river. Oh, I'm back at the Institute? Again? In the nameless bookstore, Pierce traveled to the trail of an attempted burglary. He discovered that Charles Hawkins was behind the attempt. Pierce opened the bookseller's safe to find that later and Sarah Hawkins had hidden there. A book covered in human skin lied inside. Irresistibly attracted the detective. When he opened it, his mind was projected into another body. Oh, so basically when I opened the book, the Necronomicon, which I believe it is, I'm not really sure yet. We don't have a name for it yet, but that's the soul book in HP's series that can usually tell you how to either control or rid or kill different beasts, and basically their whole history. It's just like an encyclopedia of HP's beast. And apparently it was covered in human skin. And basically when I looked at it, the circle there that I'm going to pop up because I forget the name, what it was, that circle transported us into another mind, and I'm guessing it's going to be a mind of someone that was in this Riverside Institute. Being it says on the top left corner. I wonder if it's going to be that one guy that we saw kill himself or whatever. The art gallery buyer? Could possibly be. Alright, enter madness.
Dr. Colden, this man's condition is deteriorating.
What says Dr. Fuller? It's his patient, after all.
He's busy with Captain Fitzroy. He specifically asked us not to bother him when that's the case.
Oh, of course. I'll see what I can do. Mr. Blake, can you hear me? I'm Dr. Colden. We'll take care of you.
There's nothing we can do. I tried talking to him. He's catatonic.
Did you inject him with a tranquilizer?
No, Doctor. Not me, not anyone. Our stock is empty, yet again.
Again? But there was enough for the whole island.
More and more people are suffering from insomnia. We can't refuse to help.
Of course.
Any idea what this man might be undergoing?
Very well. I'll examine him. Severe malnutrition. Swollen abdomen with traces of petechia. Doesn't seem like an edema. Slight protuberances seem to indicate the presence of a foreign body.
Oops.
His skin shows abnormal loss of color and seems dried out. He's totally dehydrated. His fingertips and toes seem to feature a slight ring under the skin. Tender at the touch. Slightly sticky.
Ew. What the hell?
30-year-old subject. Severe hypothermia. Erythematous papules around the eyes and eardrums. Necrosed palpebral tissue. Lord, this smell.
Ew.
So,
Sounds
Doctor,
disgusting.
an opinion?
He dead.
I'm not sure
He
I
dying.
have the necessary knowledge to treat this man.
Don't say that. You're our most worthy doctor after Dr. Fuller.
Some of his symptoms are beyond my comprehension.
What did you find?
Did you examine his abdomen? It would seem there's something inside.
He hasn't eaten in days. Are you certain it's not an edema?
No. Can't you recognize an edema? Pushing with your finger won't leave a trace. And look at these bumps.
It's not like he could be pregnant.
Whatever it is, this man has something inside him that shouldn't be there. We should operate on him at once.
Dr. Fuller said not to worry, that the edema would go away by itself.
You know, I'm not sure Dr. Fuller is telling the truth. In spite of the muscle contractions, his arms seem limp.
Yes. They can't have decalcified, not at this rate.
And yet, if there is a bone in this arm, it's softer than that of a newborn baby. What about his cranium?
It's soft at the touch. It does seem like the skull of a baby.
What the fuck?
Look at these sticky rings growing at his fingertips. What can be happening?
I'm sure you'll find an explanation. You have to.
I see signs of hypodermoclysis, but he's still dehydrated. When was his last IV?
He's constantly under perfusion. I've even gone beyond the recommended dose to no avail. And you won't believe me, but when we bathed him earlier...
He seemed to feel better?
Yes. Like he needs an aquarium, not a perfusion. But that doesn't explain his condition.
Huh. That's weird. Sounds like he's a fish. He's a fish boy, a shark boy.
I almost don't believe it myself, but these symptoms are not those usually associated with the human species.
What do you mean? Don't tell me you believe in extraterrestrials.
No. This poor man is from our world, all right. But his body is undergoing unnatural mutations. And this transformation is killing him. His body simply can't cope.
Where could he have gotten such an infection?
I pray that it's not here.
Dr. Colden, may I know what you're doing to my patient?
What
No.
I'm doing? How about what you've done to him?
Let us calm down, my dear
These two do not
Marie.
get along.
I don't appreciate your tone, nor your insinuations. I've done to him what I do to all my patients. Provide him with the best available care.
Your imagination is without limit. It's your homemade drug again, is it not? Those people are not your guinea pigs.
There, there. What have you seen to put you in such a state?
Do I have to say everything or no? I don't think I
These
do.
are
I'm
alarming
not
symptoms.
gonna question him too much.
If we don't act, he'll die.
Do you believe that? I'm not as convinced, you see. I even think this man has a strong chance of completely healing from his ailments.
No, Doctor. This patient isn't himself anymore. He's dying.
Really? What do you mean by isn't himself?
He's
Yeah,
changing.
he's weird.
His physical characteristics, they are more animal than human now.
Fascinating. An animal, you say? Could you be more precise? Cephalopod, perhaps?
This amuses you.
Yep.
Your reaction does. I know your thirst for knowledge, Doctor. It's your innocent worries for this man that have you overreacting.
For this man, and the others whose medical files you've been hiding.
I have to protect my discovery. These people owe me their life, but the world isn't ready yet. It will be, in time.
I will not let you do this.
You disappoint me, Marie, but I still have hope you'll one day share my point of view. In the meantime, take care of your own patients and try not to forget who you're dealing with.
Was that a threat? What did he mean?
It was a warning. Dr. Fuller is this institution's founder and one of our profession's most influential voices. My word is of no weight against his. If I continue to protest, I will only ruin my reputation and career.
It's scandalous. Can't we do anything? Is there no evidence of his crimes?
I need files.
Oh, that evidence exists. I'm sure of it. I need to find the missing medical files.
And where would you find those? In his office? What if you get caught?
I'd rather not think about that. I'm counting on your discretion.
Of course, Doctor. You can count on me. I'll keep mum.
Alright. Can we go back to this guy and see what's wrong with him, or no? No, we can't. Alright, so let's go explore more.
This place draws you in and never lets you go.
1924, oh my god.
This place draws you in and never lets you go.
So right here...
The answers must be hidden in Fuller's office.
High security. That's his... Why would he lock it up like that? That's already suspicious.
Everybody says it. She's a witch, an old hag. I didn't make this up. And I'm the one who pays.
Who are you talking
You're the
shit?
best.
Elizabeth? You alright? Why is this room in such a state?
Because, as always, I'm cleaning it by myself. And the water was once again shut off this morning. I had to bother Mrs. Donovan again, giving her a new excuse to belittle me.
Come now. Don't let that witch sap your morale. We're lacking in qualified personnel, and she knows it. Her petty punishments won't last forever.
I'm trying, Doctor. I'm trying. It's just that sometimes I imagine she shuts down the water herself, just for the pleasure of harassing me.
Probably.
Her time is much too precious for these kind of petty games.
Anyway, I've learned my lesson.
Courage, Elizabeth.
Thank you, Doctor.
It's temperamental, if I understand correctly.
I'll turn your water back on. Oop,
I don't
that's
have any
locked.
business in the boiler room.
I could go in the
No,
pharmacy
you're
though.
pulling my leg. I'm not joking. I saw the schedule. She's alone in the bathroom again. And she still says nothing to that old witch, Donovan.
Oh, listen to the way you talk, you
We've been
naughty
waiting to be
girl.
restocked for weeks.
And the answer is no. You can imagine that she doesn't
The doses prescribed by Fuller are far too high.
dare say a thing. That silly goose lets herself be trodden on.
Oh well, at least we won't have to clean for a while.
And just wait.
This person like dead?
Time the water's cut off.
Damn, people are just lying around, eh? So I need to go in the boiler room somehow.
This man, Edward Pierce, his file
Ooh.
is incomplete. What did Fuller do to him?
Damn. This is basically when I'm escaping, probably. Look at the third part of the video game that I was at.
Dr. Fuller always keeps his key with him.
Surgical ward. Boiler room, the washroom.
The key to the boiler room is missing.
Is this the washroom? It's the storage room.
Sorry, but nobody
Oh,
can
shit.
take anything until I finish the inventory. Please, the few it...
Okay. Where's the washroom at? It's a surgical ward. I do not want to go in there yet. What's this?
Let's hope I can
Fuller's.
go through the administration office.
Administration.
Everybody says it. She's a witch.
What's in here? This is where I was before, right? Or no? What's this now? I want to put that water back on for that lady there. Because everything you do in the game, right?
Everybody says it.
Says the key's in here.
An old hag. I didn't make this up.
Do you have the key?
And everything all right, Dr. Colden?
All is well.
Thank God.
Do you really?
I can't make these decisions without her
Roger,
approval. So every time the water gets shut off, I have to go and endure her reproach until...
I see. Courage.
Thank you.
Okay, so I didn't get anything from that. I think it was just saying the boiler hooks up to the washroom. But, because I don't see any key.
It's temperamental, if I understand correctly.
Yes, you do. So where's the key located at? Right here?
Watch out for the water, Doctor. Don't go falling over. That would be stupid.
Kitchen.
Patients and hospital personnel eat the same food.
Ew. Well, I mean, I guess if it's good food, then yes, but if it's shit food, then ew.
Doctor, please. My chest. Oh.
His perfusion of a semi-physiological solution doesn't seem to work. He's undergoing a ventricular fibrillation.
Whatever that means.
Nurse? Deborah, come and help me, please. His potassium level is too high. Replace it with 2% glucose solution with insulin, calcium, and sodium bicarbonate.
I'll tend to it right away.
Thank you. He's in your hands.
I don't know what that meant, but got it. His potassium levels are too high?
He broke his back in an accident down by the docks.
Ah, the whaling station. What's wrong with me?
What are you talking about?
Doctor, that you?
Yes, it's Dr. Colden. Tell me what happened.
It's the old whaling station. See?
What did you see there?
Nothing. Nothing at all. The floor was all rotten and I fell straight through.
And that's how you broke your back?
Perhaps. No idea. Passed out. I'll just sleep.
Cool.
She recently came back from the surgical block. She's stable. Given her file, a nephrectomy would have been inevitable. But Fuller was able to save her kidney.
Where's the key? Oh, there
What
it
is
is.
the boiler room key doing here? The key to the boiler room. Not where I expected to find it.
Let's
The
pick it
key
up.
to the boiler room. Not where I expected to find it. The key to the boiler room.
You can't pick it up?
Not where I expected to find it. The key to the boiler room. Not where I expected to find it.
Why am I not able to pick it up?
The key to the boiler room. Not where I expected to find it.
Dr.
Must
Colden?
have to do something.
Another insomniac. I should find the cause for such a widespread trouble.
Dr. Colden, here you are at last. This patient was again brought up to the psychiatric wing. We've been following the treatment you prescribed, but the dysgeusia persists and he's lost a great deal of weight. We haven't been able to move him. The stress makes him hyperallergic.
Sir, I am going to examine you. Do you understand? Inject him with a dose of pentobarbital, intramuscular, so that I can conduct the clinical examination.
What if y'all know anything about medicine, please tell me if these are real words they're using.
He
'cause
bit his lips
they all
so
sound
much,
made up.
they're still bleeding. White froth, evidently because of such drooling. His binds left bloody wounds.
So, Doctor, what should we do with this patient?
Those basement brutes tied him up too tight, and now he's hurt.
I keep trying to heal his wounds, but he reopens them.
Do you have a diploma as a nurse?
Excuse me?
So take care of this man.
Ooh. Damn, bro. That's tough. Do your fucking job. Damn, I probably would have walked out right then and there. What's she doing? Alright, I'm just writing down a prescription or something.
Dr. Colden?
Mrs. Sanders? Why did nobody tell me about her admission?
Irene Sanders entered the Riverside Institute as well as the treatment administered to her. Fuller handed her a written note. He recommends take her down to the psychiatric wing in order to provide her with quiet rest she needs. So she's just sleeping. Can I get that boiler room key yet? Because she let me pick it up.
Intoxication from breathing organic vapors. The key to the boiler room. Not where I expected to find it.
I want to know why I can't pick it up. Is it open now? Oh, she's done here now. Ooh, two-way door. Oh, hello.
Dr. Colden?
What's up?
Watch out for the water, Doctor.
Doctor. Can I open the boiler room yet, or no?
The door to the boiler room is locked.
Why don't I grab the key then? I'm confused. I'm so confused. Because those pipes run through there, don't they? Yeah, they run right through there. Yeah, they definitely do. That the look of this
Dr.
again?
Fuller always... In theory, this is where we hang the key to the boiler room.
Oh, okay, got it. Because of the story, I gotta go through the washroom, realize the key's not there, and question, and then be like,
She's a
oh,
witch,
okay, I
an
found
old
it.
hag.
So
I didn't make this up.
Sits.
And I'm the one who pays. What a pest.
Is this not the
It's
washroom?
so unfair.
Or is it?
Everybody says
Oh, that's a bathroom.
she's a witch, an old hag. I didn't make this up. And I'm the one
Is
who
there another
pays.
washroom?
What a pest.
Wait a minute. Where do you think you're going?
That's the bitch.
Dr. Colden. Nobody goes into Dr. Fuller, but rest assured, I'll tell him.
That won't be necessary.
I will tell him, nonetheless.
Oof.
I have little time for you, Doctor. You'll find out that it's not only the doctors who have things to do.
Wow, she's a bitch, dude. Okay, so... Is there only a men's washroom? Like, where's the women's washroom?
Where did my fiancée go? I hope those nutcases will stop burdening her with work.
Block B. Kitchen. Storage room.
Don't go falling over. That would be stupid.
Is there a key in there or no? Let me in. Bathroom men. Why is there only a... That's weird.
Everybody says it. She's a witch, an old hag.
Does it show
I
a
didn't
place
make
for the
this
key?
up. And I'm the one who pays. Everything all right, Dr. Colden?
All is well, Elizabeth. Thank you. I was making sure the water wasn't cut off yet again.
Thank God, no. The water's running.
Do you really need Mrs. Donovan?
I can't make these decisions without her. So every time the water gets shut off, I have to go and endure her reproach until she's settled the problem.
I see. Courage, Elizabeth.
Thank you, Doc.
Alright, so where's the key usually kept? Because it says the washroom, and this is the only known washroom that I see. You think it'd like hang up on the wall or something? But I do not see anything.
The
like
answers
that.
must be hidden in Fuller's office.
There wasn't a washroom over here, was there? These are all block B and A. So storage room, pharmacy. Is there anything else in the pharmacy that we missed?
We're running out.
I know, Doctor. We sent the purchase order, though, but Mrs. Donovan refused it.
She's an asshole.
Once again.
Can't you do anything?
Donovan takes her instructions directly from Dr. Fuller. I'm afraid I can do nothing about.
She's an asshole. I know where the key is, but I just can't. Alright, I'm gonna go into his office first. Because I can't seem to find the bathroom.
Wait a minute. Where do you think you're going?
Shut up, bitch.
Dr. Colden.
Mrs. Donovan.
Nobody goes into Dr.
Alright, doctor.
Wait a minute.
Doctor.
Where do you think
oh,
you're
she won't
going?
let me in there.
Mrs. No, that I.
Okay, so how do I get rid of her? Damn, bro. So that's out of the waters. Can I get through there? Surgical ward?
The operating room is never accessible after an operation.
What? How do you get in
The
there?
operating room is never accessible after an operation.
Shit, I don't even know where to go, to be honest. And then Fuller, surgical ward. Storage room, pharmacy, boiler room.
In theory, this is where we hang the key to the boiler room. Dr. Fuller always keeps his key with him.
Can I take that for the storage room? Oh, okay, so this is where they're hanging them.
Dr. Colden, we need you at...
Where's
Will
the key?
you know where the key to the boiler room is?
Betty didn't put it back in its place? Well, she took it to lock the door.
I'll ask her.
But if I may...
What is the problem?
Mr. Evans seems to be having trouble with his IV.
I already helped
I've done
him.
an exam. Deborah is looking after him.
And the family of Mrs. Harding is asking to see her medical file.
I'll never understand why it's so hard to see patients' files around here.
Rules are rules. See, with Dr. Fuller, he's in charge. Anyhow, they're still waiting, and I don't think they'll leave until they get what they want.
Understood.
As a matter of fact, yes. A man has been brought up from the basement.
I saw him, yes. It's always the same thing. They bring them up, without any explanation, with a multitude of self-inflicted injuries. We take care of the wounds, and then they leave. Each time, I feel like I'm sending them back to hell.
Their affliction is not our responsibility. You cannot save everybody, Doctor.
Thank you, nurse. That's how we distract what's-her-face. Cut off the water. So now we go back to the key, grab the key.
The key to the boiler room. All I have to do is shut off the water and hope Donovan takes the bait.
Oh, didn't he want the file or something? She wanted some type of file. I don't know where it was, though.
I'll just...
I don't know where that file went. Anyhow, we're gonna not worry about it. I think I must already got it or something. I could probably talk to the person that's waiting on now. Which is this guy, I think?
I don't get why they have us waiting so long.
Why are you here?
Almost no patients here.
Ethan,
Marie,
what are you doing here?
I'm waiting for my medication, of course. Why?
Tell me your symptoms.
I have headaches. And I can't sleep.
Do you suffer from insomnia?
No. Look.
Ethan, if you don't trust me, then who?
I have nightmares. They keep me awake every night. It seems stupid, I know, but they're terrible.
Actually, you're not the only one.
No. No one has ever seen the things I see. It's like I'm turning mad.
So many people have this affliction. It's like an epidemic.
Do you think it might be related to Fuller's work?
I don't know yet, but I will figure all this out. Everyone in Darkwater is suffering from nightmares.
Really?
We don't have any medication left.
Oh, there's no excuse to...
Take care, Ethan.
You too, Marie.
That's why we see so many sleeping pills around this place.
I don't get why they have us waiting so long.
Where did my
Almost
fiance
no
go?
patience here.
I hope those nutcases will stop burdening
Yeah,
her.
so basically when we play through these playthroughs, we find random, oh, okay, it's weird. Random sleeping pills or random sleeping potions or whatever. And they're all, it's because everybody in Blackwater is taking drugs in order to fall asleep because they are having nightmares and can't actually go to sleep. So our boiler room is somewhere over here. We look at those pipes, those red pipes on the ceiling, lead from the bathroom all the way to the boiler room. We now have the key. We will unlock it. We will now open the door and then shut off the water or turn on the water, one or the other, to distract Donovan. Wow.
I can't shut this with my bare hands. I need a tool.
Of course it's not located in here, right? None of these work? Seriously? None of these? Alright. Where would the tool be? Won't be in there. Wouldn't be an ad. It might be in here.
I didn't make this up. And I'm the one who pays.
No, it's just the bathroom. There's like a work area or a workshop or something like that, maybe? Let's see. Wonder what they're gonna give you, like a pipe wrench or something? Crowbar? Maybe a broom? We could use a broom. Back in the reception area? Maybe?
Doctor?
There you go. Monkey wrench.
I feel guilty about Elizabeth, but I need the diversion. It's temperamental, if I understand correctly.
Dr. Colden, might there be a problem with the water?
I was about to mention it. It seems it's been cut off yet again.
I can't take this, Marie.
It's not your fault if we have defective plumbing.
And yet, I'm the one who gets punished because I'm gonna have to square off with that annoying old witch. Courage, Elizabeth. Here we go. And hold your tongue this time.
Uh-oh. Let's hear it. She's gonna get destroyed. Ah! Oh, damn. She just goes around. Okay, I guess that works. What if I shut these doors on her?
Mrs. Donovan?
I'm busy. Elizabeth, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am. But it's about the water.
What now?
It's off. It's not my fault.
It's terrible.
At last. The missing files must be hidden here. Something is wrong with these masts. It's some sort of puzzle.
Oops. Oops. Oh, that was it, wasn't it? Oh, they're backwards.
I've unlocked something. Patient.
Ooh, to Sarah Hawkins' interview. His cylinder is hidden in Fuller's office. He recorded his thoughts about one of the many psychoanalysis sessions he and Sarah Hawkins had.
Files. I was right.
Is that all he has in here?
Conclusions. Session number 17. Patient? Sarah Hawkins. The patient appears to have finally accepted the illusory nature of what she calls the mythos. It goes without saying that these peculiar delusions are the price that comes with her exceptional gifts.
Why does Dr. Fuller write psychological reports about Sarah Hawkins?
At first, I presumed that her blood was the key. But I found nothing to explain Mrs. Hawkins' abilities.
The poor souls downstairs are not Fuller's only subjects.
Then James came, irate that Charles was keeping secrets from him. I presume that he will try to break into the basement sooner or later. I am prepared.
Hawkins, Fitzroy, and Fuller. What is the connection between these three?
It is fortunate that I had the presence of mind to set the morgue in the basement. When all the fuss about the Hawkins incident finally comes to an end, I will dispose of her belongings. In the meantime, they must remain hidden in plain sight.
Hidden in plain sight.
Of course. Sarah Hawkins is the connection. I must go back to the basement.
Alright, tad bit reminder, I'm not like a, obviously, criminal or anything, but if you want to not be conspicuous, never leave an item from the scene of the whatever you did in plain sight, like all the movies and all the video games and all the books suggest, because it never really works. It's really stupid. Like, say you, like, I don't know, stole something, like that shoe, for example, it'd be much better instead of putting it in here to, I don't know, like, take this board off here and put it under there. But if you're gonna, plain sight never works, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Never, ever, ever works.
I should go another way.
Maybe the other door? Oh. Well, that's awkward. Is that all we gotta find in here, or is there anything else? Okay. She's still talking, right? Must be still talking, right? Go down into the psychiatric wing. It's not here. That's the surgical.
The operating room is never accessible after an operation.
Where's the psychiatric wing?
Dr. Colden.
Over here somewhere?
I'll just...
Talked to you like 4 or 5 times now.
Dr. Colden?
Oh, it's open now. Okay. Random. Damn, bro. It's far down. Okay, I'm already seeing some blood. Still goes further down. Okay, can't go there. Oh, hello.
Ah, now that's the Marie that I know. I knew I could count on your scientific curiosity. It's time to show you what you were so eager to discover.
Oh. Okay. That's what I just seen. Cool.
If you're gonna shoot me, at least have the decency to look me in the eyes.
Turn around. Slowly.
Algernon Drake.
Talk, filthy thief! Oh, I swear I'll shoot!
Take a minute to look around. Everything points to Charles Hawkins.
He's dead!
No. He was here for a very specific item.
Oh, no.
The book. Why was it in the safe?
Have you read it?
Answer the question.
How foolish of you. Now you won't be able to escape his will. What did it show you?
She went into Fuller's office. She was looking for Sarah Hawkins' corpse.
Sarah Hawkins, you say? Let's go back to the start, shall we? Whose life did the Necronomicon choose to show you?
Dr. Colden. She was at the Riverside Institute. She's in danger. I have to go.
Wait. No one knows the occult better than me. You might need my help.
Sure.
All right. All right. I might need you after all.
Perfect. Let's meet later at the Hawkins mansion. Now go! Rescue the doctor!
Thank you, Drake.
Eerie. Alright, on this end note here, chapter 9, we're gonna end it here. We'll read off on a recap here. But, the book projected Pierce into the body of Dr. Colden. Detective watched helplessly as Bradley's friend carried out an inquiry, confronted with the experience of Fuller. Stan got into his office and discovered the director of Riverside Institute was hiding information on. It's not the body of Sarah Hawkins, but she was discovered by Fuller. Pierce must have saved her before it's too late. And with that note, we'll end it. Thanks so much for tuning in. Of course, like, subscribe, comment, see if you want to see some more video games, story walkthroughs like Call of Cthulhu. I'm probably going to get back into Outlast soon. I haven't touched the game in a while because it's honestly dead right scary. And I'm kind of just taking my time getting ease back into it. But yeah, thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll see you on the next episode. Peace.